Did you know that 15 minutes with your librarian can save you 15% or more on your research grade? Okay, that may not be totally scientific, but here's what I can promise you. Give me a few minutes of your time, and I will give you some very basic tips that will save you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of frustration as you begin the research process for your project. Let's start by introducing you to George Boole. He was a mathematician whose algebraic algorithms have been used to save you a ton of time. Through the use of quotation marks, wildcard symbols, and Boolean operators, this guy will be your own personal research buddy. Let's talk about how quotation marks can help you out. If you go to the library website, you will see at library.bju.edu the online resource tab. Click on that. It'll bring up the A to Z database list. Click on the A to Z database list button, and it will bring up all of the databases we currently have access to, and you will see there's over 190 of them. That is a bit overwhelming. I'm going to give you a hint. For this project, start with Academic Search Complete. Academic Search Complete is by one of our largest information sharing websites, the EBSCO databases, and it is full of lots of information. 8,800 full text periodicals. That's important. Nothing is more frustrating than clicking on an article that you think is perfect only to find out you only have the abstract for it. And you might have to pay to get the full thing, or you might even have to order it, and that takes a lot more time. It also has 7,700 peer-reviewed journals, and that's also important because peer-reviewed articles will give you validity and reliability. So go ahead and click on the Academic Search Complete database, and you'll see a field of research fields. Let's say your article or your topic is nuclear energy. If you type it in and click search, you're going to see that there's almost 64,000 results. That is way too much, way too much. So go up to the phrase and type a quotation mark on either side of it. And now, instead of looking up all the articles with nuclear in it and all of the articles with energy in it, those quotation marks will help you just find the phrase nuclear energy. So let's go search for it and see if that helped narrow our field at all. Ah, yes, that knocked almost 20,000 off of our initial search just by adding quotation marks. So you can see how they're important. One more little trick. Select the field. If you need that as your subject search, then select the subject search. And if you do, you're going to find that nuclear energy is, as a subject, that's 20,000 fewer research results. Perfect. All right, so using the subject terms and using the quotation marks can really help narrow your search. Now let's take a look at truncation and wildcard symbols. Two more very helpful tools when you're doing research are truncation and the wildcard symbol. Let's go ahead and talk about those. Truncation is a big word, but it's not very difficult. Let's say you want to do your paper on computers. All right, if you type in the first few letters of the word and put the little asterisk next to the word, that's the little symbol above the number 8 on most keyboards. That's going to give you, if you hit the search button now, not just the word computer in your search, but any related word. So you can see here, there's computing, there's computer, computed. So any of the words that are related to that root word will come up if you use truncation, which is simply adding that asterisk to your root word. The wildcard symbol is the question mark. And you would put the wildcard symbol anywhere in a word that you don't know how to spell it. There's missing letters in the word. So let's say with computer, you can't remember, is it ER or is it OR? If you just add the little question mark, you could even add the R after it if you want. Go ahead and hit the search button, and you can see that your Boolean phrase has fixed it for you and has given you all of the articles with the word computer in it. So those two little tricks are very helpful. If you don't know how to spell something, put the question mark in place of the letters you don't know. And truncation is the little asterisk, which will give you all the words within a field. Okay, so now let's talk about Boolean operators. Boolean operators are just using the terms and, or, and not in your searches. Let me explain it. When you use and in a search, then both of the terms will have to be present in the results. And that is a great way to narrow down your searches. If you use or, that means either one of them can be in part of the results. So that's going to broaden your search quite a bit. And then, of course, not. Not means that only one of the terms will be in your final results, not the other. Let's take a look using Venn diagrams to see if I can explain it better. Here you type in nuclear energy and solar energy. So the only results that are going to come up are the ones that have both of those phrases in it. And you can see it's just the part where in the Venn diagram they overlap. So that really does narrow down your search. If you use the word or, nuclear energy or solar energy, it's going to give you all the nuclear energy articles and all the solar energy articles, because it can be either or. So you're going to get a much more broad search. And then finally, not. If you type in nuclear energy, not solar energy, you're only going to get articles that are on nuclear energy, and that can narrow your search quite a bit. Okay, let's put everything together in one search, and I'm going to add one extra trick for you. Let's say that your topic is nuclear energy. And remember, we want the full phrase, so we're going to put it in quotation marks. I'm going to show you one extra thing that I didn't show you before. You see this little database button here? Let's go ahead and pull that up as well. And let's look for everything that might be helpful in nuclear energy. Applied science and technology, that might be. Let's see, maybe we're just going to flip through here really, really fast and see if maybe there's some educational ones. Educational research complete, definitely want that. Eric is always a good clearinghouse. Maybe there's a few others here. You can flip through this and find quite a few databases that seem like they might fit. And then maybe, let's see if there's an, green file, that's probably got some things. All right, so there's a few more to choose from. That's going to give you better results. Then just click OK. Those are the databases that it's going to choose from. Now we have our Boolean operators here, and, or not. Let's say, we want to go to nuclear energy. Went back. Nuclear energy, don't forget our quotation marks. All right, and then let's say that we want nuclear energy and cost effectiveness, or maybe the expense of it. But for now, we'll put cost. But we don't want anything on, let's say we don't want anything on solar energy. We don't want to make that comparison in this. We just want to talk about the cost of nuclear energy. Now we've narrowed down our search. Let's see what we've got. We've got 2,815 articles. That's quite a bit. Here's a few other things you can do. limit your search to only the full text articles. Now you're down to 713. That's still quite a bit. Of those, let's limit it to peer-reviewed articles. And now we're down to 312. And let's also limit it to maybe the last 10 years. So let's start it in 2012 and end it in 2022. All right? And let's start with that search and see what we've got. Now we're down to 213. So there's a little bit more there. Maybe I want to add a little bit more in the search there, the cost effectiveness. Now I'm down to 4. And you know what? That may be a really good place to start to see if those articles are going to help me narrow my topic down. So if just by using a handful of Boolean searches, I have found a way to narrow down millions of results to thousands of results, to hundreds of results, and now to 4 that are giving me risk and benefit analysis. These are some things that are probably going to be very, very helpful as I do my paper.